Hello YouTube, Freddie Cardona here. In this episode of Pride in Paterson, I wanted to show you the Cedar Lawn Cemetery, and I want to be as respectful as possible. These are people's loved ones. I show this video in terms of Paterson history, and there are a lot of Patersonians that have lived in this area, and these headstones will reflect a lot of the families of people who have lived in Paterson. So we have a sign here: the gates open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm going to allow there we go. We'll let them go through. So right off the bat here, I wanted to show a couple of families. We got the Carey family, C-A-R-E-Y, Hellegers, H-E-L-L-E-G-E-R-S, Botto, B-O-T-T-O, Snyder, S-N-Y-D-E-R, Harvey, H-A-R-V-E-Y. We have Ner, K-N-E-R-R, Fred and Nanette. So I would like to also pay my respects to those that are lying in rest here at the cemetery. And this is Thanksgiving weekend. This is Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, where many of us sat around our tables with our families and give thanks for everything that we have, for health, family. But we shouldn't forget those who are no longer with us. And that was the inspiration for making this video. And I do want to be as respectful as possible. And I'm humbled that I'm on sacred ground. I truly consider this and other cemeteries sacred ground. I will go slow. We have M-E-R-Z, Shaw, Baum, B-A-U-M. We have Brame, B-R-A-E-M. And my apologies to any family members that are mispronouncing their names, their last names. We got McLaughlin, Suter, S-U-T-T-E-R. We've got the Albanico, A-L-B-O-N-I-C-O. And we have Holmes, H-O-L-M-E-S, DeRosa, Marino. And I will try to drive as slow as I can, always knowing that there might be a car behind me, like the one that just went by shortly, who honked at me because I slowed down. I did put my signal light on to let them know that I am not driving normally, or I'm not driving through under the normal speed. Some other names I see: we have Proctor, we have Kendall, Newman, Cosentino. So this cemetery borders Crooks Ave, Route 20, Lakeview Ave in Paterson, New Jersey. We've got Broadfoot, Davis, Santin, S-A-N-T-I-N. And these are the headstones that are right here in the very edge of this particular road that I'm on right now. Young, Herman, Katz, Sterling, Hall, Campbell, Harrison, Bonnard, B-O-N-N-A-R-D, Conover, C-O-N-O-V-E-R, Gill, G-I-L-L. I would imagine that during the holidays, many family members will come to the cemetery, and others, to visit their loved ones' remains who are here. We've got Ritchie, R-I-T-C-H-I-E, Masterton, M-A-S-T-E-R-T-O-N, Pollitt, P-O-L-L-I-T-T, and Rhodes, R-H-O-A-D-S. You know, we can't talk about Paterson's history without talking about those that have lived and died in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. Now, I don't know the progression of the headstones. Like, I don't know which ones are the older ones, but it looks like what you're seeing in front of me here. The headstones in this area seems to be flatter, and I've noticed that a lot of headstones in the 1880s, 1900s, 1910s, a lot of those headstones were very thin, I've noticed. Like when you go to a historical cemetery with folks that have passed on like in the mid 1800s, and you look at those headstones, they're very thin, I've noticed. And then of course, as time went on, the headstones became more elaborate, bigger, mausoleums with very intricate designs. But I remember, I think I went to New York once, and there was a small section of a really, really old cemetery right next to a church. And I noticed a lot of those headstones were very, very thin. And if I remember, I'm thinking, were they made out of wood? No, it must have been stone, right? Because wood would probably have deteriorated over the course of time. But in this particular section, I do see headstones from folks that have passed away, like in the 1920s. I see one here for 1926 with the last name Ricardo, Riccardo, and also on the same headstone is Bertoloni, Bertelloni. So again, I mention these names in memoriam with as much respect as I can muster, knowing that these are loved ones, these are family members of loved ones who may watch this video. And I do it, and I actually get goosebumps as I'm driving through here, knowing that there's a lot of family members who are being missed because they are laid to rest here on sacred ground. We've got 1921. Let's see what year. Another one for 1915. So this is an older section of the cemetery. And let me just show you that here. Let me just take the dash cam off of here. Sorry, you're going to see my finger here. And these are a lot of the older sections. We have 1920 Alexander. I'm going to go as slow as I can. We have last name Marin Pat, born in 1885, passed on, I believe, is 1919, but I could be wrong. That could be a 3 or an 8 at the end. I can't tell from here. (1914) as the date of the person passing on. 1917. Yeah, so yesterday during Thanksgiving dinner, as my family gave thanks for those who've for everything we've had, and we also remembered those who have passed on, and we prayed for strength for family members who lost their family members. Especially this year, 2020, during this pandemic, when we have a lot of folks who have passed on. I'm going to put the dash cam back on its holder here. So we have a lot of folks who have lost their family members during this coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. And it just inspired me to make this video as a tribute to those who came before us, because let's face it, we wouldn't have the Paterson we have today if it wasn't for all these fine folks who are laid to rest here, who were from Paterson, and the work they've done. So to the right is the entrance to Route 20. So we're going to make a left. I think this in front of us here might be the office. So in a way, this video is a tribute to those who have come before us and made Paterson what it is. Because those folks, or most likely the majority of Patersonians, are laid to rest here. And of course we have other cemeteries, and we have cemeteries all over the country where our beloved Patersonians are laid to rest. But I would imagine that there are a really good amount of Patersonians laid to rest here in this cemetery as well. I just passed what I believe is to be a mausoleum to my left. It's a beautiful day today. It's not very cold here in northern New Jersey. So some of the names that we're seeing here, we have Vondrelle, V-O-N-D-R-E-H-L-E. We have Mackey, M-A-C-K-E-Y. Breen, B-R-E-E-N. Grimshaw, G-R-I-M-S-H-A-W. With the last person being laid to rest here in 1977. There's one in 1948, 1917, and 1954. So that seems to be a family that's laid to rest here. Again, I have to repeat that it's very humbling to be here and making this video. To the right, it looks like it's older headstones as well. I see one from 1922. We have Conner, C-O-N-N-E-R, passed away 1878. I believe the name was Shoemaker, S-C-H-U-M-A-C-H-E-R. So we do have a lot of older headstones over here to the right. It looks like in the edge towards Route 20 are the older headstones, and maybe closer to the Lakeview Avenue section, maybe they're the newer ones. But you're welcome to comment down in the comment section. Leave a comment if you have family members in this cemetery. We have Parisi, Sturzel, Howard. We have Sterrett, S-T-E-R-R-E-T-T. Demarest, D-E-M-A-R-E-S-T. And I know that I probably won't drive every single road we have here in the cemetery, but I will try to get to the main ones. And now to our left, we have Arno, A-R-N-O-T, Wood, W-O-O-D, Bauer, B-O-W-E-R, Hill, H-I-L-L among the names here. And I'm going to go down this section here. We have Bailey, B-A-I-L-E-Y, Van Houten, V-A-N-H-O-U-T-E-N. And as I make a right-hand turn, we have a few mausoleums. Quet, K-U-E-T-T, or Quet. We have Jaqua, J-A-Q-U-A. We're getting a little bit of sun glare right now. Sorry, the keys are hitting up against the dashboard. We've got Brown, B-R-O-W-N, here to our right. Yeah, if you have family members laid to rest here in the cemetery, you can leave a comment down in the comments. And if you wish, you can talk about your family members, memories of what you remember from them, memories that you have of them here in Paterson. We have Van Ness, V-A-N-N-E-S-S. Again, I'm trying to drive as slow as possible. I want to be respectful to the other vehicles that may be in the cemetery. It doesn't help if I'm flying through here. And of course, you have to balance the length of the video, right, versus how fast you want to drive, because someone can come through to record a video to show the cemetery and just want it to be a 15-minute video, and they drive kind of fast to get through it quickly, and I don't want to do that. So I apologize, the video might be a little long, but we're talking about family members here who are laid to rest, and I think that I'm not going to worry about how long the video is. I'd rather give you a respectful video. We have Jackson Mitchell over here to our left, and there's a few Mitchell headstones, so there's probably a family there. We have a last name Sheldon, a mausoleum. We have Cobb, Williams, Coughlin, Johnstone, Sinning, Burns. We have Cardiner, C-A-R-D-I-N-R. That could be Cardiner or Gardiner. Gardiner. All right, that was Gardiner. My apologies. Gardiner, G-A-R-D-I-N-E-R. We have McMurray, Harnett, H-A-R-N-E-T-T. Cutler, C-U-T-L-E-R. Huber, H-U-B-E-R. On the right, we have Nichols, N-I-C-H-O-L-S. So we're now on one of the borders over here on the right side. I believe that's the highway on-ramp to get onto Route 46, to get to that little jug handle turn, that little turn thing, to get onto the highway from Lakeview. We have Becker, Storms, Cotis, C-O-U-T-I-S, King, K-I-N-G, family there. It's so surreal to drive through and be amongst the Patersonians who've been here before us. And it just shows me that, you know, we're only here for a very limited amount of time. We have the Ryle stone here, R-Y-L-E. So yeah, we're only here for a limited amount of time, and it's what we do with that time that's really important. Ramsey, R-A-M-S-E-Y. It's good to not waste the time that we have, because it's not long here on this earth. Harmon, H-A-R-M-O-N. Baldwin, B-A-L-D-W-I-N. Jacob. We have Grundy, Kershaw, Harding, H-A-R-D-I-N-G. We've got Hunter, H-U-N-T-E-R. As we get a little bit of glare now coming from the sun onto the windshield. We're going to go over this way. We have Vanderbeek, V-A-N-D-E-R-B-E-E-K. Van Riper, V-A-N-R-I-P-E-R on the right. You know, I wish I could name every single headstone so that their family members who are listening or watching this video, I guess, can virtually visit, right, their family member. But there's so many. We have Hermans, Hermanns. So yeah, that's going to conclude this video. Again, I apologize if I didn't go down a road where your family member might be, but I wanted to pay tribute to Patersonians past who've been here before us, who've handed over the mantle of taking care of this beautiful city. And yeah, they handed over the mantle to us. So yeah, we thank you so much for watching the videos. As of the filming of this video, I believe I have 995 subscribers. So I'm very close to 1,000. So I have you guys to thank for that. And you are the guys that you guys are the reason that I make these videos. I say this in the majority of my videos. I do not make any money doing this. I do this purely for the love of Paterson and for my love of creating videos. So thank you very much for watching my videos, and if you enjoy the content, and only if you enjoy the content, I will ask you to subscribe and like the video. So yes, thank you very much for watching. Again, rest in peace to all these fine Patersonians who are laid to rest here at Cedar Lawn Cemetery, and we'll see you guys on the next video.